Good morning, Rajesh ji. Yeah. So your mic is in mute. Please unmute.
Good morning, everyone, and best compliment of the season, first of all, to everyone.
Yeah. Okay. So we are talking about 3PL and 4PL operations.
Yeah.
In India by Mr. Rajesh Selvam. He is one of a very senior executive in supply chain, especially in 3PL, 4PL operations, and also in last mile delivery, whatnot. So it's everything related to the supply chain. So I would like to give a quick introduction to Rajesh ji. So Rajesh is an expert in 3PL, contract logistics, operations, and supply chain management with extensive experience in optimizing logistics networks and streamlining operations. He has a proven ability to drive efficiency and deliver innovative supply chain solutions, helping organizations to achieve operational excellence. So this is wonderful session we will have, and I'm sure Rajesh, you are going to touch every nook and corner of 3PL, 4PL, and other emerging trends for the supply chain executives and companies in India.
Yeah.
So over to you, Rajesh ji. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Once again, good morning to everyone. And Sunday morning, and people are gathering here for this meeting is wonderful, first of all. That shows the enthusiasm of all the people and those who are very much involved into supply chain. And knowledge sharing is no boundaries, and there is no cutoff for that. Everyone is very, very clear because it is like an open mind where the knowledge sharing comes into place, first of all. Yeah, we'll come to the topic. The topic for the day given to me is 3PL and 4PL in India. First of all, let us go through what is 3PL and what is 4PL, so that once we know that, then only it is ease our work. 1 minute, let me share it out.
Something? Hello?
Hello?
You are sharing something, Rajesh ji?
Yeah. Yeah, you the people are sharing from there?
No. You can share it from there. You put the presentation into a slide share and then share it. You select the right window. If you are able to hear me. Deep, you are able to hear me?
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
Deep.
I'm sharing it. Wait.
Yeah, you can see your screen.
One minute. Are you able to see the screen of mine?
You can see the screen perfectly.
Yeah.
Continue.
First of all, what is 3PL and 4PL? That is what is more important to us to know. Because these words are not new, but these words are a little bit complicated. What is 3PL and what is 4PL? There should be a huge differentiation, first of all. And to know that, we should know what is, that is 1PL or the first PL and the 2PL, second PL. So if we go through in detail, this is some descriptions of the things what I have given to you all to understand easily. A manufacturer or a producer delivers a mobile. Mobile is a product here, an example, to an electronic shop or to any shop for where he can make a sale. That is a 1PL or first PL. And 2PL, here a courier company involves.
You have a window that the stop sharing hide. Can you press hide so that yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, please.
So 2PL, here a courier comes into place inside, so that who can take over the material from a manufacturer or a producer to the respective shops for sale. So this is 2PL. A 3PL starts here from a fulfillment company. That means a company comes into place who owns through the fleet, who makes the transportation, who does the services for the manufacturer and delivers to the shop for further distribution. And 4PL There, a logistics company comes along with an integration of 3PL to the manufacturer to do all type of services till the deliveries. So if you go through, this is a breakup and bifurcation. So normally people doesn't know. They talk about 3PL, they talk about 4PL, but what they are, what the services actually they want to see, and what is the differentiators, that is all more important, which is the key area for me, what I want to tell you the people into this. See, in 3PL and 4PL operations, what happens basically, it is an outsourcing services of supply chain management to a third-party provider, basically. The service may be including lot, which I will discuss in the coming scenarios. See, the growth drivers we will see, first of all. What is the growth drivers for 3PL and 4PL in India, especially? The very good e-com boom. The buying power has started. The buying power is very good for our Indian people. So e-com is started booming very, very highly. The e-com means, if you can understand very, very clearly, what is the rapid growth of e-com platforms like Flipkart, Amazon, and others have increased the need and the efficient for the logistics and last mile deliveries. If you go through in e-com, the e-coms, that means very, very clearly what you can say, it is directly going to the consumer. Consumer demands, this is what I required. There is a huge people are there who can sell through the platform. You can do it online, and it goes on very, very clearly. And this boost for the 3PL and 4PL. Amazon is there, Flipkart is there. What they do, they need a player to do the service for them and to deliver to the end user for them. This is how, this is the boost which is very, very important. And the growth drivers for 3PL, the second one is the infrastructure development. Infrastructure developments, I will speak in detail. There are two elements. One is the government initiatives, and second one is the regular people's initiatives. The people's initiatives means the entrepreneurs, those who come for huge warehouses, implementation of the things according to government norms, and they have lot many infrastructure improvement. If you go through in India for the last 5 years, 6 years, there's a tremendous improvement. The improvement has come into such a place that means you can go through, whenever you are going through a car, you can see how the roads developed very well. And there are so many warehouses started from a dry lands. There are so many connection hubs are there, and so many logistics parks have started. So that gives very good infrastructure development, which again gives a proper driver for 3PL and 4PL in India. That means there's a huge scope, and there are untouched areas are too much, and too much means very much things are there. And yes, of course, from the government, the GST implementation from 2017 has made a good change, very, very good change. That means it simplified the interstate movements, which clearly removed maximum our bottlenecks, and centralized warehouses started. And these centralized warehouses has reduced a lead time a lot. Earlier, if I want to tell you in example, there were number of warehouses were more because of internal sales tax and other elements. Once the GST has started, the centralized warehouses came into place. The hubs started. So now the distribution made very, very easily. Then the digital transformation, this plays a very, very vital role. We all know, each and everyone in every company, in every organization, and in every office, we always say we are into digital transformation. The digital transformation starts from each and every department. It doesn't mean that accounts will be doing a digital department, this thing, transformation, or a production team will be doing a digital transformation. No, each and everywhere the digital transformation is there. And especially supply chain took over this digital transformation in a great manner, because that gives a lot of transparency, first of all, from the costing till the delivery. where my product, where my vehicle, what service am I doing, and where all other things can be done. The transparency is very, very clear and thorough. If you go through in detail, this digital transformation in India given a different mode of 3PL and 4PL. And this 3PL and 4PL, I can say to you very, very clearly, made the manufacturers and other service providers to follow this digital transformation very thoroughly. Because nowadays, if any person wants to do a last mile deliveries, API is much more required. Through API, he can integrate, or she can integrate. The company can integrate with each other in the platform. So from the order level, each and every events till the delivery, and the delivery proof are given very, very clearly. So through this, we can understand how the digital transformation gives a mirror image of supply chain, how it transformed entirely a supply chain. That means you can understand from a book, from invoice, challan, from GPS. So now it's a platform. It's a clear-cut digital transformation which has made our India movement very, 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 very smooth. So because of this only, the e-com boom has come. These all are very, very interrelated. The e-com boom. E-com boom means whatever you purchase at your home, from your home desk, from your home mobile, whatever you do, select into Amazon, Flipkart, whatever, etc. you do. Why and how we do? Today we have a transparency. That transparency made us to believe, yes, I will get the product, even though I paid in advance. And then again, the facility comes through the digital transformations. You can pay on COD basis. You can pay on UPI basis. Digital modes have started coming into place. So the purchasing team, that means the consumers have increased a lot. People don't go nowadays from their home to outside to buy something, because they automatically can buy everything and anything from their home desk itself, wherever they are, not even at home, wherever they are, even at travel also they can do lot buying and the things. And that made the buying power also of the people. The global trade, see, all the things means now it's a huge global trade has started. That means that increased amounts of exports and imports. That transformed and that made a global supply chain get together. That is, that linked up the global supply chain from China, from German, from US, wherever you want to take it out. So this 3PL and 4PL across the globe interconnects with each other for ease of movements and quicker movements. And that made a very, very bigger differentiations in getting the material on time, according to our wish, according to our brand, whatever we want, we can get the things. And there is even one product can be chosen in different platforms. That is how that made a huge difference. We can understand now what are this 3PL and 4PL provides the services, what type of services they are providing. If you go through in detail what services they are providing, it is very, very easier, because what has been done in-house has been now outsourced. Outsourced means it's in different manner. The very first one is the transportation. The transportation from a manufacturing industry, the transportation for any other things, a transportation for exporter, a transportation for importer, a trade house, dealer, anybody, any work can be done. Example, inbound, that is all the inward of the material can be done through 3PL. And any inter-unit transfer, that means from one branch, one office to another office transfer, one manufacturer company, one same company to another company transfers, this everything can be done through them easily. Earlier, you need to see lot of different type of players and different type of choosing players that you need to select. But today, this 3PL and 4PL are sorted out entirely. The ball game into a small in-hand selectivity period. Now, again, if you go through, what are the other elements are there? Then, as Mr. Abdul said, the major thing is your e-com. The very boom is your e-com. And in e-com, the first mile delivery, the middle mile delivery, the last mile delivery, everything on the transportation is available in all the 3PL and 4PL companies. And all the 3PL and 4PL companies are upgrading themselves again and again with a very big learning process. Because earlier, the manufacturer and their logistics division, which is earlier called as transportation department or distribution department, they are only expert, but they are expert only onto their domain of product. But this 3PL and 4PL, which gives with the vast experience, a collective experience and bundle of experience, hands-on experience with all the products, which makes an uniqueness to each and every one to get the service in proper manner. So transportation, if you ask me, that's why people easily see, okay, can we call the people? Can we give it to them? Can we give it to that person instead of going to a regular transporter? Then the second one is warehousing. In terms of warehousing, if you ask me, earlier, a person or a manufacturer or a dealer or anyone will seek a warehousing to a warehousing zone, and the zones were different earlier, and it is very selective. Now, in Pan India, there are so many warehousing zones has been started, and so many have been run by the 3PL companies. It is on lease, it is on undertaking basis, or sometimes it is from their own basis. But they do the warehousing, and this warehousing has a world-class equipments in place, the infrastructures were in place, a competitive infrastructures were there available, a global standards were there available, and as well as they have internal departments for accelerate the functions more and more. That means they go on product wise, they go on storage, how to do it for independent or individual materials, because all are unique, and how to handle it. Cold storage differently, dry storage differently, racking storage is differently, and individual storage, that is dedicated warehousing, is different. Common warehouses are different. Built to suit, BTS is separate, different things. Any warehousing, any model, 3PL and 4PL available in India are very, very open at the moment. So it is the work for the manufacturer, dealer, or the people, those who want to store. It's become easier now because it's easily approachable. The 3PL, 4PL providers are there, and you can reach to them, and you can get their best services to optimize from your side, which makes more and more differences, first of all, if you ask me. And what it makes, your inventory, first of all, the major problem is what? The major problem is my inventory. Your inventory is gone. Second one is space. The space, that means if it is given to a 3PL, from a manufacturer level, a central warehouse becomes an outer warehouse, then the 3PL can manage their space accordingly. So your space issues have gone down. Your storage management is entirely taken care. Your inventory controls are entirely taken care. Real-time tracking, dispatches, distributions, up to the delivery has been taken care by this warehousing team. So the first one is the transportation, which is an alignment with the warehousing. The warehousing and the transportation both have been given to a 3PL or a 4PL. Then automatically a complete set of supply chain, that is the distribution and the inventory, both the things goes out very, very clearly, and that makes ease of the work due to the transparency and due to a better platform available through 3PL and 4PL service provider. And next one is order fulfillment. We can understand what is order fulfillment. Order fulfillment you can consider as order fulfillment and distribution. Then order fulfillment and distribution means, here what happens, a person ordered a material to be moved from a warehouse. Then through an API, through and software, it reflects. Person goes for picking. Then picking has improved a lot. It is physical picking is one, and traceability of material has been started through barcode, which eases the work very clearly. The system, the WMS identifies very clearly where the material is. So your picking time has reduced a lot. And through that, picking, packing, and shipping of the orders become very efficient at the moment if you go through. So this order fulfillment and distribution has made a different set of that reduction. A turnaround reduction has been happened. So how it is? See, if we do example, if a manufacturer does, and he starts from a dispatch advice to be given to a logistics or a distribution department from manufacturer, from a production department or a planning department, you can say, or a QC department. Then it goes to the transportation department. Transportation department or the stores management team takes the material, they pack, they call, they do. They should have equipment, that is MHE should be in place. But if you go to 3PL and 4PL, it is readily available with the world-class infrastructure as well as MHEs and the trained staffs with the software available in place. So the TAT of order picking, order packing, shipping of the orders efficiently to a right person, to a right transporter nominated by either you or selected by them, makes very easily, because their warehouses are controlled and had a checks and controls very effective, very effectively, because they have very learned people with an upgrading methodology. Each and every time there is a time things happens, session happens, as we discussed in our last meeting, Six Sigma, Gemba, all the things, because they all are trained people, so that how we can manage. And Gemba around each and every time, if there is an issue comes into in the warehousing, in the stores, immediately people go for a Gemba round. What happened? What is the things are there? How we can do the needful? How we can arrest? How we can see the problems? Even it is applicable for everywhere in order fulfillment also. And this is a miracle, reverse logistics, which was a very pain point in India. If a material rejected, how it will be coming back to the origin in domestic? That was very pain area. Coming through 3PL and 4PL in India made this reverse logistics very easy. And the word reverse logistics was not there earlier, which has been started popularity, made popular by themselves because of this 3PL and 4PL, that reverse logistics. And you can understand very clearly, if you want to give a classical example, you take a e-com product, if you like it, don't like it, and it is not satisfied with you according to your requirement, immediately in the system, you are opening a page and you are making it, no, I don't need it, return back, which you can call as RTO. So immediately then another person comes into place according to the time and other things. Then he picks up the material from you and he moves back to the origin where the material came from, or to another area where the material has to be stored and sorted and re-qualified and repacked. If it is unused, then it can be given to further usage. So this reverse logistics has played a very vital role. If I ask you, if I tell you, earlier this was a very pain area, but the 3PL and 4PL, as they came inside, they have made the efficiency of reverse logistics in such a way, and today companies are ready to take back the material and people are ready to return the material. And due to this, a belief of buying power started very highly. So which made a huge differences in the trade. Lastly, a very value-added services. In value-added services, there are a lot. There is no such a things. which starts from kitting, which starts from packaging. Then the labeling can be done. Any customized solution can be done. And apart from this, there are certain other things also started. Billing can be taken care of by 3PL companies. Any other services, anything you name it. Even control tower can be taken care of by 3PL. Even though the services are not provided, but they can do the needful for you. The billing, the control tower, anything you name it, that will come under value-added services for 3PL, because their learning fundamental is very, very open. They understand the feasibility study, how you do, then they brainstorm very well what we can do for you and how it add value in your things, so that that service provider of 3PL and 4PL can reduce, can make it efficiently, can make it differently. That's why it is called as VAS, that is value added services. And this value added services is very, very phenomena in the thing. So again, I'm telling you, again, I'm reiterating you, the transportation, warehousing, order fulfillment and distributions, reverse logistics, value added services. These are the key services you can consider, which has been provided by all 3PL and 4PL companies. You name it, whatever the companies are there, but all these people will be available into this forum. And their verticals may be different. They may be having a lot of verticals. They may be having e-com verticals separately. They may be having supply chain verticals separately. They may be having consumers and pharma separately. They may be having automobile separately. They may be having pharma separately. But all these key services are very, very important for them, and they excel and they provide the efficiency in the platform or to the consumers. Manufacturers are the people, those who want these services. So these key services are very, very important in 3PL service providers. Then again, see, if we do this, example, the 3PL service provider and the 4PL service provider are doing this, then what they are facing basically the challenges, even though, because each and every company and each and every organization and each and every sector face some challenges or the others. Simultaneously and same way, 3PL and 4PL in India also faces some challenges. See, infrastructure bottleneck. This is contra again. There's a huge infra development which made the growth movement to 3PL. Simultaneously, end-to-end area, if you consider for entire India, there are some infrastructure bottlenecks to reach village to village. To reach one place to another place, there are bottlenecks. Despite improvements, certain areas of lack insufficient infrastructures or some disturbances, or you can consider in different manner, even though there is an infrastructure is happening, but a road widening work will automatically have a small bottleneck, because it is going to disturb your regular period. I will give a classic example for this. The infrastructure development from Bhiwandi to Nasik, if you all go, those who are from Maharashtra, was the area. But the infrastructure is good. It is going to give a good thing for you tomorrow. But this current infrastructure development itself has made a transit time of 6 to 8 hours to reach 159 kilometers from Mumbai to Nasik. You can understand the differentiations. What the differentiations it made. The lead time is almost 2.5 to 3 times more. So there are different matters of things, even though despite of improvements and other things, yes, there are issues in the developing country like India. Regulatory hurdles. There is a huge change and frequent changes in the laws and compliances issues. There are local bodies compliances, there are central body compliances, there are central tax compliances. There's a change, there is an adoption, there is an interchange in increase in decrease in taxes, which makes us bottlenecks in 3PL and 4PL, which 3PL and 4PL always face all this type of challenges in their day-to-day growth of things. Very, very fragmented market. And India, it's very highly fragmented market. How it is? Because this is dominated by very, very small players. All the small players are there in India as a transporter, as a distribution person, as a courier person, as a parcel service person. And small manufacturers have multiple shops. So this is highly fragmented. Highly fragmented means because of these small players, there's a huge change or huge challenges you can consider that 3PL and 4PL is facing in India. Last is last mile delivery. You can consider last mile delivery. It's very easier to say. As I said, there's a huge traffic congestion, but there is a huge changes also. Earlier, if you order a TV or a refrigerator, it will reach to your house in 3 to 4 days after ordering. But today, you are reaching next day. But the expectation from the consumers are become very, very fast in the last mile delivery. It should reach very faster. It cannot be that later. Before I go to home, somebody has to knock at my door. That is what the expectation is. And the congestion, and even though the geo-fenced geographical things are there, longitude, latitudes are there, that have all been increased, there is a huge address issues in the rural areas, which again is a huge challenge in the last mile delivery. Short addresses and not able to find out. Person might be given the geofencing from his home. If you go through east and west, it gives some other area to reach. So a person for the last mile delivery carrying a material might be roaming for half an hour to reach that place itself, because you are given from the 12th floor, not from the ground. And your gate entry is on the west, and where you have given, your window is from the west. And east and west, there's a huge issue. And the delivery boy and the delivery guy and the delivery van will be roaming there itself for half an hour to 20 minutes. And he was supposed to deliver 40 packets or 40 AWB or the 40 LR in a day itself, but he has wasted around 40 to 45 minutes because of this type of issues. So this is a huge challenge, if you ask me. Then high cost of technology adoption. Due to global supply chain phase, there's a huge technology adoptions have come into India. And if you ask, one API integration is going to cost very, very high. Any changes according to the customer as well as according to the giver, that means Amazon, Flipkart, whoever maybe you are telling, or any manufacturer also, to make them adopt and make to change in the IT system, that is going to cost, that is costing very, very high, which all are certain 3PL and 4PL challenges, what I have told you. One is the infrastructure bottlenecks. Infrastructures are there, infrastructures are not there. There are two elements. If the infrastructures are happening, then also there is a bottleneck till it completes. And there are not there, due to that there is an issue. Regulatory hurdles are there due to tax elements and changes. Fragmented market because of small players. Last mile delivery, yes, there is a huge issue in last mile delivery. One is traffic congestion. Second one is improper addresses or whatever you can consider in the rural area to consider into longitude and latitude also. Then high cost of technology adoption, which is again one of the major issue and major things, if you ask me. And now you tell me one thing, how the future look, how it is going to look in the future, how your 4PL and 3PL is going to be there in future. There is a huge and better future for 3PL and 4PL. This is what I can say to you. Very, very huge potential if you go through the future outlook. Very huge rise in demand is there. How your e-com market is expected to grow further more and more. And all the buying power has increased a lot. So that means the 3PL and the 4PL and the 5PL players and even the 6PL players which have came into place at the moment. This all the people are going to be there in the market with an upgraded facility, with the upgraded each and every time, because their upgradation is on each and every minute. If you consider each and every time they are upgrading by themselves to serve better and better to the consumers, to the end customer. So through this, there is a huge demand, very especially the e-com market, because e-com market, who is the consumers? Common normal people. And people means there is no restriction what to buy. That's why again and again I'm specifying e-com, because a car to be bought, a person need a parking, person need a money, person need to know the driving, and there should be a need of that. But for e-com, it makes a small products, all the consumable products, and we can buy anything. That means it is like a fashion, you can consider, and passion, number two, and is having the money is buying. Whether it is needed, not needed comes to next. Then the demand supply makes more and more into this. So that's why I'm specifying e-com again and again. Then the next is the outlook, adoption of technology. Here I'm again and again I'm saying, see, one is the risk challenges also. I have told you the technology adoption is the issue. But this technology, who all are adopted, they are going to have a huge, huge future. Those who are tech savvy, those who are having transformation in IT segment, their movements will be very, very proper and very, very good. The adoption, what it is, automation, majorly the automation is required. Robotics have started. AI is enhancing the efficiency and accuracy. So adoption is more important. There are so many adoptions that 3PL and 4PL are doing nowadays. If you ask me, then focus on sustainability. This is one of the major thing, as this 3PL and 4PL started in India, growing by themselves. Now, government is demanding for greener logistics. Greener logistics means what? Because they have to care for future, they have to care for the generation. So how they can reduce the carbon, how they can do the things, what are the alternate fuels can come into electric vehicles. Electric vehicles are going given a differences. If you ask me, it has given a differences, but not that to up to the carbon emissions. But now the alternate fuels are coming. Alternate fuels means LNG has started. LNG, that is liquid natural gas, they are giving to us. So there, it is a huge cost in trucks and other things, but this is going to play a very, very vital role in focusing on the sustainability. And even not only on trucks and buses and transportation, the sustainability the government is seeking. The government is seeking for the warehouses also. That means what? That how you can do a solar warehouse, especially, so that it can be greener one. How you can reduce internally also the diesels and MHEs cannot be run through diesel, it should be run through electric. So the energy can be more and more efficient and proper, and sustainability can be there in place. And integration of not only 3PL and 4PL, it is 5PL and 6PL is more important. Once this 5PL and 4PL and 5PL and 6PL is there in place, the supply chain become more complex, and many companies may outsource the entire supply chain to these team members, because now the supply chain transformation is going in different level in India, especially according to global. So India is also changing. So these changes are going to lead a lot in changes in the supply chain. And 3PL and 4PL in India poised for significant growth. How they can grow by themselves, the only one thing I can say, driven by increasing demand for efficiency, because there is a huge increasing in demand. But the differentiator should be efficiency, cost reduction, and innovation. Only these three levers are going to make a differentiators among the market of any 3PL or 4PL, 5PL or 6PL, you can consider. So this is more and more important. Again, I will emphasize what are the three things, sir? The efficiency, the cost reductions, and innovation. These three levers are going to play very vital role. And I would like to touch upon all you, the people. One thing, the government initiatives driving 3PL and 4PL growth in India, that is very tremendous and very high. Very high means I will say, because that made a huge differentiations. The number one is what? The NLP, the National Logistics Policy, which has come into place in 2022, with the consideration of they can reduce logistics cost by 14 to 15% and GDP to 8 to 10% by 2030. That is what has been decided, and that is the target has been taken through this. There is a huge drive in NLP. National Logistics Policy is going on very well. Enhancing logistics performances through integrated and technology-driven solution is their motto, which they are going to do it very clearly. And to do that, they are considering ULIP, which is called as Unified Logistics Interface Platforms, so that digitalization can be ecosystem and seamless coordination can happen among all the stakeholders, which is a major and more important one. And e-logs, there is a platform which is been there. There is a platform which is going to enhance more for resolving operational issues faced by logistics provider. So this is a platform, ease of logistics, that is e-log, that is going to be there in proper. And these all are under NLP, which is coming into place, and MMLP, development of multimodal logistics parks. Multimodal logistics park, that is the MMLP. But this is been enhanced more and more and given more and more opportunity to the developers, which is going to make to reduce in transportation transit time and improve especially cargo handling efficiency. So if you ask me, this is going to play a very vital role. And again, from the government, these all are the government initiatives for 3PL and 4PL, see, which is very salutable one, where the government is taking very keen into 3PL and 4PL, and the 3PL and 4PL has to leverage this thing so that they can take an advantage of this all the policies, and they can benefit by themselves, and they can do more and more. DFCs, development of, that is dedicated freight and freight corridors. What is it means to Dadri to Jawaharlal Nehru Port, and again then Ludhiana to Dankuni. These are the DFCs in eastern sector as well as in western sector are in progress. And these projects, once it is completed, and it is going to change hugely in transportation ways and means, and the transit time is going to reduce a lot in the system. If you ask me, this is going to be a huge differentiator in the thing. Then Bharatmala Pariyojana, that is again 34,800 kilometer national highways are going to improve. 34,800 kilometer of national highway is going to improve with the better road connectivity, which is going to lead a connectivity through industrial hubs, ports, and remote.
Can you repeat, sir? What is the last one after DFCs?
Bharatmala Pariyojana.
Mhm.
Bharatmala Pariyojana, that is what is called as 34,800 kilometer national highways improvement to connect the roads, making the roads first of all proper, connecting these roads to industrial hubs, ports, and to remote regions. Because this will happen, how it will impact the logistics. That means it is a good thing. Faster movement of goods, particularly the first mile and the last mile, is going to be more and more efficient. And the connectivity to 2-tier and 3-tier cities are going to be penetrated by 3PL and 4PL service providers. And next one is Sagarmala project. Sagarmala project, if you ask me, to modernize the Indian ports and integrate the logistics and industrial ecosystem is this. This is the Sagarmala project. To modernize the Indian ports and integrate them with the logistics and industrial ecosystems. The coastal, so to develop this, entire your coastal areas are going to get developed. Your entire, even the inland water for multimodal is going to come in a very, very bigger way. So these all are going to reduce your bulk cargo transportation is going to be reduced a lot. And it is going to boost more even for exports and going to link the coastal manufacturers more and more through the zones and ports. This is more differentiator. And yes, I will not forgo to touch GST implementation of 2017. This is a bigger game changer. If you ask me, no, this made the goods and service tax is a bigger game changer. The benefits, yes, unified tax structure. Removed, first of all, your border checkpoints, and your majorly the nakas of your taking payment of money for changing your one boundary to another boundary, even in the states or internal states and one state to another states. And this reduced lot in your transit time also. And larger centralized warehouses came into place into 3PL and 4PL model. And you all know the PM Gati Shakti. This is a national master plan integrates transport and logistics infrastructure with the goal of multimodal connectivity. This improving road, rail, air and waterways integration of streamlining the supply chains. This is one Gati Shakti, is different. Then incentives for technology adoption, that is also given by the government. Example, if you are adopting electric vehicles and green logistics practices, your incentives are more from the government. Promotion of IoT, AI, blockchain technologies, that is going to make a huge change in the tracking and the transparency. And you all know support to startups under the program of Startup India. That is one of the major things. Startup India is going to change a lot, because these all are the government things where people don't aware, people don't know, because their government is fully on the support to transform the supply chain. And warehousing and cold chain developments, that is, there is a Pradhan Mantri Kishan Sampada Yojana, PMKSY. Cold chain networks can be developed and integrated through this PMKSY, Pradhan Mantri Kishan Sampada Yojana. So through this, what is that? All your 3PL things, food, agricultural, pharmaceutical, all our temperature controlled warehouses are going to boost through 3PL. Then FDI. You all know FDI, foreign direct investments. Foreign direct investments also started through that. There is automatically things are increasing. There is a huge investment happening in warehousing, huge investment happening in transportation, huge technology driven solution has been started. Then next is NSDTC, North-South Transport Corridor. Because we have seen West-South corridor, now it is connecting to, it is totally different. It will be very, very different. International trade and logistics corridors, which our government is planning. NSDTC, North-South Transport Corridor, connecting India to Europe via Iran and Russia. And this is going to be a bigger game changer on road. Again, I'm emphasizing NSTC, North-South Transport Corridor, connecting India to Europe via Iran and Russia. Then there is a Central Asia and Afghanistan, there is a huge port developments are happening. then increase in global trade capacity is going on. And see, if you go through, these all are going to leverage, and this is going to be a bigger game changer. And government is very, very clear. Supply chain has to transform a lot, and people need to adopt, people need to know this. And especially I want to emphasize again and again, what government is giving to you, what government, when giving the benefits to all the 3PL and 4PL, they need to adopt and they need to understand. And enhanced integration of 3PL and 4PL services into mainstream industries are going to reduce the logistics bottlenecks entirely. And that is going to be a bigger game changer. And that is going to differentiate a lot, means huge a lot. And thank you for the opportunity for this, because which I can share my knowledge, what I have and what I know about 3PL and 4PL, especially.
So this was a really an eye-opening session, Rajesh ji. Especially you touched the initiatives and then the opportunity part, what you can do as a 3PL, 4PL aspirants in India. So what they're going to do and what are the technologies and what are the government of India supported initiatives. It's fantastic. It's a really eye-opener. So you gave us a very nice introduction of 3PL operations, 4PL operations, and also an opportunity why this is a booming market and how 3PL and 4PL adding value to Indian economy. I think this is the foundation of economical growth for India, and we are fortunate to be part of all in one way or other in this transformation. Okay, so that is something which is very satisfying for everyone who is involved in supply chain and manufacturing segment. So we have 10 more minutes. So I would like
Any
to,
questions, sir?
Rajesh,
Any questions?
exploit.
Anything is there from the
I would
people?
like to exploit your knowledge a little more. So for 10 more minutes. So if you can see, as you said, in the supply chain, the first mile, middle mile, and last mile, right? So middle mile is something which I think many people talk about this and the fleet operations and other everything happens there. The first mile and the last mile is one of the key areas where there is a trouble. Okay, it's very fragmented. The size is smaller. Okay, so efficiency is efficiency expectations is very high.
Very high.
Inefficiency is very also is very high. Okay, so now the first mile and last mile. Okay, so what is the opportunity for the service providers to do this job, these two things, and what is it for the technology guys like us? Okay, so can you just give us? You have 10 more minutes.
Yes, sir.
I think you can
Yes.
just tell. You don't need a
Yes, sir.
presentation, but that would be very great for us.
Yeah, sure, Abdulji. The first mile. See, you all know where the first mile and why the first mile starts. The first mile starts and first mile demand happens because a single movement cannot conclude till the last mile delivery to the customer's hand. So that means there is a break is going to come. That means a service provider is going to collect from a warehouse or a manufacturer or a delivery center or a distribution center. From there, a 3PL company or any person is going to collect. For collection, for going there and picking up the material, that there the huge software plays a vital role. Unless otherwise there is a API connectivity or the software is not right, software is not in place, that going to make a mess in your first mile collection. How the collection happens? Through a barcode reader, which should match with your intent, what you are having. You are not going to generate any airway bill, not LR, anything. No manual things are there available at the moment. You are allocating a LR system or the airway bills to the DC member or the person who is going to give to you the first mile. Automatically, it happens in your system, which is mapped what you are going to pick up. Through barcoded, you are going to take all this material and you are going to bring to your warehouse or the hub, which is a sort center for you. So now this is one customer material is coming.
Yeah, in this the barcode. So, for example, we are taking a material from one vendor. Okay, so what is his readiness? Like he has to apply the barcodes kind of thing,
Yes.
or is the first mile delivery guy have to do? How is that work? Yeah.
See, I'll tell you, there are three elements it works, not only two elements. Number one, the person who is giving the material to you, he will be putting his barcode with an integration of your AWB number. So that means his material to the customer, our AWB or the LR, these all are integrated together. And this is going to play a vital role when you are going to take care. When you do a barcode reader, your things are aligned, automatically checked in, and the event has been processed in the API stating that this service provider has accepted my material. That means it has moved from the DC to a person who is accepting the material as a 3PL, as a service provider. The event is captured. Number one. Number two, there is a barcode which you can do by yourself and affix and scan. Through this also you can accept. Number three, both the things are not there. There is a download format came into place in the Excel which you are upload and you do accept. Yes, these are the materials which is a manual checklist which I do. Then I accept. Then I do the needful. This one is non-modernized. Second one is little upgraded. Third one is 100% foolproof. The first I said one. So this is how it happens. Then it goes to the sort center. 3PL or the service provider plays a very, very vital role here. Once the person is there available in his hub, then the sorting happens there according to the pin code wise. Then the last mile starts. So once it is sorted, it goes to their nearer hubs or the branches or the delivery centers of the service provider. From there, through biker, through small vehicles, through hand carry, the people deliver. Through that only that we get our Amazon products, Flipkart products, whatever the products we take on online, which comes into place. And there also you see two things. One is, earlier we used to sign in a manual papers.
Correct.
Now that is reduced. A barcode comes into that is this passcode comes into OTP comes into your place, which
the OTP
which the service provider may not be knowing. Once the OTP is set to you, you confirm, then automatically it confirms against the delivery. The event is closed, it is delivered in the system. There is a mirror image goes automatically to a service provider as well as the giver, those who was given the material to you. Both the people are understood this is delivered. And through the passcode or through the OTP, person can reject also. I'm sorry, I don't want, I'm not available for 3 days. There is a facility comes into place. See, these all are the technology adoption which goes very high in level. And reduction of your paperless things. Paperless movements have started more and more. If you see, your e-com has made a different change on paperless things.
Correct.
That is a huge change. People see, if this is not adopted, what will be happened? How many papers will be used? We cannot imagine that. How many papers mean how many trees might have cut down.
Correct. And it's a painful thing. It's a even
yes. And it should be realized first of all. See, speaking is easy, but to be realized.
Even it's a
am I giving?
To store Rajesh. So
yes.
now it's very difficult to keep the invoice,
and
the
if
physical
you
paper.
can go.
We have a digital, so you don't have to.
You don't have to. And even though for purposely, even the invoices also got reduced. If you go through the sizes of the invoices of Amazon, if you go through, it is like a chitty small chit.
Yeah. It is printed into a small piece just for the acknowledgement.
Yes,
It's
yes.
for the user to
And
know.
people should realize. There are people murmur, what is this? It is not visible. See, this is going to get fed because you are already got your invoice details and everything in your backside of your software where you applied for.
Correct. And you can always log in and check it. You can download
Correct.
your invoice.
Correct.
Whatever
And
format
that
you want.
adoption from the people mindset is more required and to be done. That is more important.
And yeah, I think that I will take that as an opportunity to thank you. And Rajesh, if you can write the note on the government initiatives, whatever we just talk about, because it was not there in the presentation.
Okay, that is why, because see, I have not made it into presentation because that's why, because we have not spoken. I only took a permission from
I
you
know.
so that,
Can
because
we
can I
include that?
explain to the people?
Yeah, can you include that in the presentation?
Yes.
Just
In the
add
presentation,
brief.
I'll include a line, send it to you tomorrow morning.
So that will be used for communicating.
Yes. You can keep that and you can send it out.
Yeah, I will do that. Okay. So thank you, Rajesh. It's really wonderful. You made my morning very happy, and because it is very much relevant for us also. Okay, as a technology providers, somebody talking to you with so much knowledge, it makes us very happy and very productive. So thank you very much for joining us session.
Yes.
And it was really
Thank you, everyone.
encouraging.
Thank you so much. Have a good day further. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So I take this as an opportunity to give a big thank you to Rajesh ji. A wonderful explanation of logistics arena of Indian sector. And it's really, I enjoyed a lot personally. I'm sure other part of the other team members also enjoyed. So now